Hello, parents, caregivers, and teachers. If you're working with a young child, a toddler perhaps, who you notice has difficulty focusing, remaining on task, completing something, paying attention to you while you are speaking to them, or they're just a ball of energy and moves from one thing to another, there are some things that we have to talk about. And the main thing is focus and attention. Now, before I get started, I want to let you know that if you're interested in this video and it's helpful for you, please hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments if it was helpful or not, because I can always make a video that will address your individual concerns for the child that you're working with. So, focus and attention. Why does a child of 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, why do they need to be able to focus and to attend? I want to apologize in advance for the noise in the background. I am traveling, but it's important for me to get this video to you because between the ages of birth and 3 is the time that we get the most results from our interventions. So we can't wait. You've probably already been waiting a while for early intervention services to start. So apologize again for the ambient noise. There's cars in the background and such, but please disregard it because the information is going to be very useful and very valuable to you as a caregiver or parent. So let's talk about why focusing is so important for children. A child's ability to focus is a strong predictor of academic success. And there are many ways that you can get a child's attention span to lengthen and to improve their ability to focus. But I'm going to focus on one particular activity, and that activity is reading a story to a child. Okay? So one of the things we'll notice is that, like, if you try to sit down and read the story to the child may be belligerent, they may be upset, they want to be in control of the situation, they're unable to sit and let you direct. So here's what I suggest. If that child is still sitting in a high chair and you feed them in the high chair, what you can do is when you strap them into the high chair and they're having their snack, what you can do is have story time at that time. Choose that as a time to read to them. So if the child is sitting in the high chair and their hands are busy on their food and focusing on putting the food into their mouths, it's less likelihood that they're going to give you any difficulty with their hands, like by swatting the book or anything like that, and they're interested in eating. So you can sit away from them, but close enough that they can see the book. Hold the book up, turn the pages, and you can start by, you don't want to read a story to them because we already know that their attention span is short. So I would suggest a book where you can label. So there's a lot of teaching going on in an activity like that. You're teaching the child how to point. You're teaching them the word that goes along with each sound or each picture. So you're teaching vocabulary, and you're also teaching them to attend and to sit and to focus. So we're going to start out with a book that I recommend all parents who are starting working with their children pick up. And it's called 100 First Words. I know that it may be backwards because I'm using the front-facing camera in my phone, but it's called 100 First Words. The publisher is Pretty. Let's see if we can find it. I think it's called, there it is right there, Pretty Books. What I love about this book is that it teaches vocabulary skills. It teaches them what the word is for the picture. It teaches them that every item that we can see has a name. It teaches them how to extend their finger and point, which is going to be very important coming up later in our lessons for communicating. And it focuses them on something that the parent or caregiver is focused on, and it also lengthens their attention span. So what you're going to do is sit away from them You're going to open the book. Well, before you open the book, you can actually start to label. Now, this is not, you don't want to get a storybook. I recommend a book with pictures that you can just point and say the name of the item. So I would start by showing them the book and pointing and labeling everything at about this speed. Apple, banana, baby, duck, cat, dog, and to continue like that. And you can go through the entire book that way. And what I love about this book is there are things that every child will probably relate to. There are things that go, there are things you find in a home, food items, which I think is really, really important for children. I mean, most children eat these food items: bananas, cheese, broccoli, apple, berries. So this is really good. I like that this page says baby. So now I want to tell you one thing. So on this page, it says walk. I'll show you closer. It says walk. This baby is playing. But I don't want you to say what the babies are doing, because really we're just labeling. Okay? So for the baby, we'd just say, every time we point to a baby on the page, we'd say baby, 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 baby. And for every baby, say the word baby, because we're not teaching anything else other than what is the name of the item that we are pointing to. Okay? Now, I like this book in this size because you're sitting away from the child and the book is enlarged. They'll be able to see it a lot better. When we move on and the child is able to sit in your lap, I like the small book, because then the child can hold the book and it's big enough for them, but not too big, that they can turn the pages and manipulate the book appropriately. But we're not there yet. So if you like this video and you give this a try and it works at home, please let me know in the comments. Let me know by saying great or whatever you want to say. And if you want to see a follow-up video where I show the children how to do this on their own, please say show me in the comments. I look forward to working with you. I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys again soon in the next video.